President Joe Biden here in New York City ahead of his first speech at the UN General Assembly since taking office. The president, who ran on bipartisanship, his ability to get both sides to the table, now faces what you'd have to call open warfare between members of his own party. And it threatens to derail his agenda. So-called moderates and progressives battling over his signature infrastructure bill. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez saying tonight that she is a no on the bipartisan bill that already passed the Senate if the larger Democratic-only bill hasn't passed by next week. Joe Manchin today digging in his heels, calling on Democrats to slow their roll on a bill that he thinks has too high a price tag.
And it's September 27th is coming up next week. Is it possible that this bill could pass by then?
The deadline, I've said this before, I think you know where I feel on that. And the bottom line is, if whatever you're going to do, get it right. And if there's not enough clarity, then you need to get clarity.
But you want it delayed till next year, right?
No, I didn't. You know what I said? I said, let's wait and see whatever we need. We'll have a good idea.
Okay, well, so an impasse, open warfare, right? Ayanna Pressley was blunt last week when she told me who she thinks the real obstructionists are in all of this.
When it comes to Manchin and Sinema, let the record reflect who the real obstructionists are. I think progressives are often maligned and vilified for, sitting for our advancing, seeking to advance bold progressive policies, which are the people's policies, which are in fact the president's agenda.
And then there is, of course, this battle against COVID. Pfizer announcing the news parents across the country have been waiting for, saying its vaccine is safe and generated what they're calling a robust antibody response in children ages 5 to 11. And the news couldn't come at a better time, with kids back in school and the cases on the rise all across this country. The American Academy of Pediatrics says that there were nearly 226,000 new cases among kids over the past week, the second highest total during the pandemic. A tent has gone up, look at this, outside of Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, where the number of children coming to the emergency department is being called historic. Now parents are counting the days until their children can get vaccinated, maybe by Halloween. But we're still seeing nearly 2,000 Americans dying unnecessarily every single day. The country passing a grim milestone today. More than 675,000 people have died of COVID in the U.S., more than died in the 1918 flu pandemic. We have two weapons against this virus: vaccines and masks. Vaccines and masks. So it's no time for leaders who should know better, who do know better, to be all, do as I say, not as I do. San Francisco Mayor London Breed scolding what she calls the fun police, okay? That's after she was caught on camera dancing and singing along at a Black Cat nightclub, no mask and without a drink or food in sight. The city's indoor mask mandate for all residents says that masks can be taken off, quote, while actively eating or drinking. But the mayor is defending herself.
No, I'm not going to sip and put my mask on, sip and put my mask on, sip and put my mask on, eat and put my mask on. While I'm eating and I'm drinking, I'm going to keep my mask off.
Okay, well, and as the pandemic of the unvaccinated rages, a grieving son and daughter lose their 45-year-old vaccine-hesitant dad to COVID, and they tell CNN they blame misinformation from Tucker Carlson.
Katie, you said from one media source in particular he was getting information that led him to be hesitant on vaccines. Who? I mean, who was he listening to?
He watched some Tucker Carlson videos on YouTube, and some of those videos involved some misinformation about vaccines, and I believe that played a role.
There you go. Misinformation that leads people to question the vaccine.
In your medicine, then tell us the full truth. But they won't. They've been telling us for 6 months that this vaccine is perfect, but clearly in some cases, it doesn't always work.
Misinformation that makes people think vaccination is an assault on their freedom instead of the life-saving medical miracle it really is.
It makes you think, once you think about it, that maybe none of this is really about COVID. Maybe it's about social control.
He should know better. He should know better. This is about public health, about saving the lives of millions of people. We have all the vaccine that we could ever need. People around the world would give anything to have the vaccines that far too many Americans are turning down in the name of an illusion of freedom, an illusion of freedom, an illusion pushed by people who should know better, who actually do know better, most of them fully vaccinated. Their companies and where they work have vaccine mandates, but they won't tell you that. Remember what some Americans said about the seatbelt mandates back to the 1980s?
I'll have to detour the town to get to Kalamazoo. If they pass a seatbelt ordinance where I don't use a seatbelt.
I wouldn't wear my seatbelt. If I get caught, I get caught, I guess.
Florida Highway Patrol Lieutenant Chris Miller hears it all when it comes to seatbelts.
I hear it's uncomfortable. It wrinkles my clothes. It's not cool. There's no freedom no more. You don't want to wear it? That's your choice.
Sound familiar? Okay, listen, I know that we are running. Danny, I really want you to play that. And I want you guys, play it again, please. But I want you guys, when they're talking about that, I want you guys to think about vaccines and masks. And they're like, it's uncomfortable. Think about the masks. It shouldn't be a mandate. It's my freedom. Think about the vaccine. But just listen to it and then superimpose, if you will, over that masks or vaccines, what they're talking about. Let's play it all again.
I'll have to detour the town to get to Kalamazoo. If they pass a seatbelt ordinance where I don't use a seatbelt.
I wouldn't wear my seatbelt. If I get caught, I get caught, I guess.
Florida Highway Patrol Lieutenant Chris Miller hears it all when it comes to seatbelts.
I hear it's uncomfortable. It wrinkles my clothes. It's not cool. There's no freedom no more. You don't want to wear it? That's your choice.
Now people, basically, when you get in the car, especially in the front seat, you almost have to put your seatbelt on. You almost have. Some cars, it goes over you automatically, others. No one talks about that anymore. People just, guess what? They wear their seatbelts. It's the law. No freedom, no choice. They said it about seatbelts. Now they're saying it about vaccines and they're saying it about masks. And we've got major news to tell you about. Developments tonight in the case of Gabby Petito, okay? Chris gave you a little bit earlier about what the family is saying. The FBI search, though, is happening at the family home. It happened today, of her fiance, Brian Laundrie, for hours, just one day after investigators across the country found what they believe to be her remains. But there's still no sign of Laundrie, who came back to Florida earlier this month, refused to talk to investigators, and went missing last week. But I just want you to listen to this. This is a chilling 911 call. The caller reporting what he calls a domestic dispute between Petito and Laundrie. This happened on August 12th.
We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off.
Utah police described the couple as having an altercation.
We've just been fighting this morning. Some personal issues. He wouldn't let me in the car before.